Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final score with
Eric, how about them Cowboys saw ya?
And I'm the new elected mayor for Giants Nation, Matthew Batesmore.
And Stevie Reno Fly. What's up, guys? Final Score is back. It's been a while. Sometimes life gets in the way. Ain't that a song that says sometimes life gets in the way or something like that? Yeah, life gets in the way sometimes. So we've been trying to get our schedules to coincide for about 3 weeks now, and finally something happens. But get this time of year, it's hard to get everybody here. But look who we got with us tonight. And the prettiest picture he's ever took down there at the bottom of the screen, Mr. Newly elected mayor of Giants Nation, Matthew Batesmore. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Stevie? How you doing, man? Hey, what's the picture?
It's just a little dot with another thing in the middle of it. Look, you're the prettiest I've ever seen you.
Thank you. That's a good picture, man. Good to be back. Good to be back.
Yeah, and then up there in the corner for the block, we got how about them Cowboys, Mr. Eric Sawyer. What's up, buddy?
Living the dream, brother. Ready to go all in this year.
Oh, we just had that talk. We just had this talk. Look, I'm gonna fill y'all in. You know, Eric's a Cowboys fan, but he's not one of those. I can honestly say I haven't known Eric but a few years since he started helping me coach and stuff. But I can honestly say he's not like some of these Cowboy fans out there. And every team's got them. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes the Cowboys stands out a little bit more because every year by this time, Cowboys fans are saying, "This is our year." Or I'll say it like one Cowboy fan I know, "This is the year the confetti falls on the Cowboys." I was like, "Yeah, you're going to have a party or something, have a confetti bomb go off because it ain't going to be at you at the Super Bowl." But this year, just like Eric said, you hadn't heard this Cowboy talk coming out like it usually does by now. And I wonder if there's not a lot of confidence in that team, especially after this offseason with hardly any free agent moves. You pretty much have got Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. He's back. But, there's not a lot of confidence right now in Dallas, I don't think. What you think, Eric?
Bold prediction: Cowboys at the best 10-7, but I got them going 9-8.
Okay, Matthew, you think this is a trick? Think he's trying to use reverse psychology on us?
Probably, because I thought maybe I got him winning a little more than that, probably. But
no, I think I think for what he's saying, I think he's about right. I mean, from what I'm seeing. And of course, you get out there on the field, something could change or something. I think 10 games maybe at the most.
How many games y'all win last year? 11 or 12?
Well, we won 12 games 3 years in a row, but I don't think it happened this year.
So y'all think y'all gonna fall back? You think y'all gonna fall back?
I mean, you ain't gonna have no choice. I mean, you lost a lot of key players.
Yeah,
hey, y'all got that Michael Parsons though. He
I mean, you got Parsons and CD Lamb, but the defense just started getting smarter and doubling CD Lamb.
Are they gonna put Michael Parsons at running back?
It wasn't freaking hurt.
Hey, ain't nobody gonna be able to take him down.
I don't know about
like
that.
A fullback.
I wouldn't say all that. Those people can take them down. But anyway, that was an interesting little talk we were having before we went on there, and I have noticed that because I was telling him I messed with a diehard Cowboy fan the other day about how usually by now some of them will have their jerseys on and all this stuff, get ready, especially after the draft, and their OTAs have started, and now they're getting really into it. They'll have, like I said, they'll start off wearing everything. Then as the season goes on, little by little, it starts dwindling down. And then by playoff time, boy, it's just gone. You don't see any of it. And I asked the guy the other day, I said, "Where's your Cowboys hat you usually wear?" "Oh, I just didn't wear it today." I was like, Yeah, right.
By playoff time, they got it was rigged.
Yeah.
They honestly can't say that this year.
Oh, good. We heard it.
So, because I was listening to a Packers podcast the other day, and I'll get y'all's opinion on this. Jordan Love, this guy had ranked the quarterbacks in the NFL. Jordan Love was not in the top 10.
Hmm.
He was 11th. Do you take that as a, how do I say it? As not right? I mean, do you think he was ranked? He should have been in that top 10, like it was a snub, or do you think he's about right, or maybe he should be lower?
Let me ask, who was number 10?
That I don't know.
Okay, well, either way, I just think it was going to be BS, depending on who it was. But yeah, I think he's top 10 because really, there ain't many elite quarterbacks in the league right now. So who would you put before Jordan Love?
That's what I looked for the list, and I could not find his list. But I'm sitting here trying to think of 10 guys. But here now, listen to me. I know what you're saying. He had that second half of the year. He had a second half he was off the chain. But let's see how I put this. Can he do it again this year? Has he done it enough where you would be comfortable putting him as a top 10 quarterback?
I wouldn't. I feel 11th is he's fighting for top 10. He's fighting for top 10, but 11th, 12th, that's about where I see him.
I think he's. That's what I say. I want to get y'all's opinion on it. I think right now at 11th for him, until he shows he can consistently do it, I think that's pretty good for him. I mean, everybody saw what he did in the playoffs, and that was great. That second half run was great. But I think that's about right for him right now. Let him. I mean, if I'm a Packers fan, I'm not upset about it at all. Let him stew over that. If he gets upset about it, let him stew over it and give him that motivation to want to get in the top 10, like somebody has snubbed him. But, just because he had that great second half of the year doesn't mean he can do it. Do it 2 years, do it 3 years, do it for your whole career. I hope, I did like watching him play. And I hope for, the Packers fans that he's going to be able to consistently do what he did last year. I mean, just as long as he doesn't beat Pittsburgh. But, I think 11th is pretty fair right now.
Okay, I feel like it's a little unfair because who would you put in front of Jordan Love other than your obvious quarterbacks like Mahomes and
who would you put at number 1 right now?
Mahomes.
All right.
Okay.
I agree with that.
And then Joe Burrow.
Okay.
See that one.
All right, I'm gonna look right now.
But after about 3 or 4 more, I'm kind of like, I don't even know. After 5, it's like I don't even know. So who would you put before Jordan Love? I'm interested.
Okay, what about the best running back playing quarterback in the NFL?
He's number 3, all 4.
I'd say 4.
Steve, I know you don't like him, but he's top 5.
All right, here now. This is not going to be the. Hold on 1 second, guys.
And this is current quarterback, so it's a very short list. The greatest quarterbacks of the current quarterbacks.
All right.
It's a short list. I don't know if I can make 10.
I mean, I might still put. I just don't see he would still be like he'd be barely scraping top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, he could fight for it.
Yeah. This is the website, the 33rdteam.com, ranking every NFL quarterback entering the 2024 offseason. Okay. You guys have Mahomes first. That's what they got. They've got Lamar second.
Nah.
Josh Allen third.
Hmm.
Justin Herbert fourth. Matthew Stafford fifth.
Good God.
What?
Dak Prescott 6th.
Jesus Christ.
C.J. Stroud 7th.
They got to have Burrow in top 10.
Trevor Lawrence 8th. Joe Burrow 9th.
No.
And then Jordan Love 10th.
I could go with Jordan Love at 10, but the other part, the Trevor Lawrence and I think Stroud is a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah. Sure.
I will say that. But like Trevor Lawrence and my boy Prescott probably like ninth, 8th or 9th.
You ain't gonna believe who they got ranked 11th.
Who was that?
Kyler Murray.
Jesus Christ.
How do you have this guy ranked 11th? Kirk Cousins 13th. I would put Kirk Cousins above Kyler Murray by far.
Yeah.
Jared Goff 14th.
Jared Goff had a great season last
He
year.
did.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is 15th, but you can't really say anything there. Jalen Hurts 17th.
That's
What?
I hate Philadelphia. He should be in top 10.
Yeah, I agree.
Brock Purdy 18th. I don't know if he should be at the top 10, but he shouldn't be 18th. Tua was 19th.
And he led the best second or third best offense in the league.
Yeah, but
To me, he's top 10. I mean,
I don't know about top 10 with him. Baker Mayfield 20th. Justin Fields 21st. No, I know he's a Steeler, but he's not. Derek Carr 22nd.
That's,
Daniel Jones 23rd.
That's accurate.
yeah, and talking about for the injury reserve, yeah.
Yeah, Russell Wilson 24th. Bryce Young 25th.
They are harsh on that dude.
Desmond Ritter 26th. Deshaun Watson 27th. Will Levis 28th.
How the hell he get in there?
Yeah,
Kyle 29th.
That's cool.
See, it must be each team, like going into this off season, each team has to have their quarterback ranked. I mean, it can't be, I don't know. Kenny Pickett was 31st. Bailey Zapp 32nd. So each guy that they were, I guess at the time, this has got to be an older one because it still had Kenny Pickett with the Steelers. So imagine that.
I mean, there's some I agree with, but I definitely don't think Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, coming off an injury though, that's the only thing I can figure with that. Why he's at 9th.
I would put Patrick Mahomes. Okay, that was the one I want to say. Lamar Jackson. How did he go? What, number 2?
Yeah.
And they
he
put
was the MVP though, Matthew.
Yeah, but I don't even understand that either. So that's a lot of questions.
On the club there.
I don't know much about football then because I do not understand how he got MVP. But,
hey, you know what I say? You win them regular season awards, but you can't win the big one.
What was his compare Lamar Jackson's stats? Who was it? Justin Fields?
Justin Fields. It was almost identical.
Yeah, and this dude wins. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lamar Jackson, to me, is top 5 quarterback. Not number 2, though. Not number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we did that on a show in the past where we compared Fields and Jackson's stats, and they were almost identical.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Eric. I guess it was the win-loss record.
All right.
I guess that made a big difference there. And, I mean, they both turned the ball over. I think Fields turned the ball over a little bit more than Jackson did too. But all right, before we get back to the NFL, we'll come back to that soon. NBA playoffs. You guys been watching any of this?
I have.
I've been watching the Knicks a little bit.
Well, you ain't gonna watch them no more because they're not.
Yeah, I know. I
Uh,
watched that.
so I mean, I haven't really watched. I've saw the highlights and stuff, but so we're down to the final four now. The Celtics and the Pacers. Celtics are number 1 seed. Pacers are number 6 seed. And the Boston, I think last night was a pretty good game. Last night they won in overtime by 8. They put up 133 points. It was 133 to 125. And I know it's in overtime, but there's
That's
no
what it's all about now, Stevie. What team can put up the most points?
Jeez.
I mean, yeah, but
I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying 133 points.
I mean, what I was trying to get at was they want players now that can put up 50, 60 points in a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like I told y'all, Jordan would average about 50.
At least. At least.
Then on the other side, in the Western Conference, you got the Mavericks versus the Timberwolves. Number 5 seed for the Mavericks, number 3 for the Timberwolves. So, and I talked about it when I did the little. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it, the wake up call that I do on my days off. I said the Thunder would probably fall because of that inexperience factor, and they did. Look, you better watch out for the Thunder coming up though. They got a young team, the youngest team in the NBA. They were the number 1 seed this year, got to the semifinals. Yeah, you better watch out for those guys. I don't know much about them, but evidently they got something good in Oklahoma City now. And then the Nuggets fall to the Timberwolves, the number 2 seed. Nuggets fall. I was hoping we were going to get Nuggets versus Mavericks with Luka versus what's the other guy's name?
Jokic.
Jokic. Yeah, I was hoping we would get that matchup, but did not work out as Minnesota gets the series win in 7 games. Looking at these last 4, who you guys got in this going to the finals?
Celtics.
And what about on the other side?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Who's the other 3 teams?
The other 2 teams, if you got the Celtics winning, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves on the other side.
Okay, Celtics and the Mavericks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, who you got, Eric?
That one, I think the Celtics is an easy walk through. Pacers might get 1 game, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. I said it with the Denver series, and I said it, but I thought Denver was gonna come back and win the series. I said they were gonna go 7 before they started. I'm predicting the Minnesota Dallas to go at least 6 games.
Who you got winning? That's a tough one.
I really want to see Minnesota win, but I think Dallas is going to win.
You think Kyrie?
I think Luka's been on the slump, and it's about time for Luka to turn it up.
And they've been winning despite that, though. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. If Luka turns it up, who's going to stop him?
But who's I tell you what, the Timberwolves are young and they're good. I mean, they are good.
Reminds me a lot, like when I watch highlights and stuff and people say it is the truth. He reminds me like the 84, 85 Jordan. He's just relentless.
Yeah, that guy. Did you see the rumor? There was and I don't know how real this was, but there was something going on Facebook about Jordan had been on the verge of divorce and was seeing these women on the road, and that boy, looking at the resemblance from that boy to him.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I know. I'm gonna tell you who I believe. I don't know if they ever had a DNA test, but if you look at them and they're identical, and Jimmy Butler's mama said it, she was told to be hush hush who the dad was.
Oh, so there may be a couple of Jordans out there.
Pull it up on your phone. On your internet, and Jimmy Butler and Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah,
they look identical. Same body style, everything.
if I'm going to pick, I got Celtics in 6. Gosh, this next one is tough. I want to say, oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna just break bad and go with it. I got the Mavs. I'm gonna pick the slight upset. I'll put it that way, the Mavs. But I think it's going 7. I
Yeah,
think they're gonna go 7.
that's gonna be
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough series right there.
Yeah.
And that starts. Does that start tonight?
yeah. That starts tonight, 8:30, I believe.
8:30. So I might try to watch a few minutes of it before I get so ticked off because they don't play defense.
That game last night, I'm gonna tell you, I watched the first half. I ain't gonna lie to you. I fell asleep in the second half. That first half, I don't know what happened to the point, but the first half they were playing. They were playing.
Really?
They really were. They were playing
The NBA must have called them at halftime and said, "Look, ratings are down. Y'all got to let these guys score."
some defense.
I've said this on this show before. The last time I watched just about a full game of NBA ball it's been about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a Celtics game, and they were playing defense. And I was like, okay. And I was going to give the NBA a chance again. Watch the next game when somebody played. Nope. About 130 points, and the losing team scored 110. So I was like, nope, I ain't doing this. But keeping in the NBA, the draft lottery happened. And the Atlanta Hawks, for the first time ever, they've got the number 1 pick. Riddle me this, you two. You know who's out there, and you know what package comes with if you pick that certain person.
I know where you're going here.
Yeah.
So let's say Atlanta decides, okay, we're going to make Bronny James the first pick in the NBA draft. Hey, listen to me. They are talking about this seriously, not just because of what they get on the court, because if Bronny goes there, then Space Jam Part 2 is coming too.
All right.
So because he is not tied to the Lakers anymore. The Lakers have said we'll do whatever we need to bring LeBron back. But who's to say one of these teams, because the Lakers have no first round pick. How are they going, unless they trade something or do something to get a first round pick and get Bronny? Bronny's probably going somewhere else. And LeBron has said he wants to play with his son. So Atlanta picks Bronny with the number 1 pick. And LeBron comes with him. Not only are they getting the so-called greatest player, and I'm doing air quotes right now if you're just listening to this, to ever play, they're going to get an attraction too. This is going to pump money into the Atlanta Hawks. So who's to say that they don't do that? What do you guys think? And I'll start with you, Matthew. What do you guys think the chances are that Bronny James, averaging 3 points a game, is the number 1 pick in the NBA draft?
It depends on how much money the league puts in their pocket, but I don't think it's likely. Like the media, the storyline wants it to be. I don't think he's going soon. I don't think he's going first, second, third, fourth pick.
But you got to realize when you pick him, you're not just getting him. More than likely, you're getting LeBron. So you mean to tell me that you wouldn't take a chance as that team that, okay, I'm going to pick Bronny and I get his dad too. I get LeBron. So you're getting two for one there. So does that make him a top 5 lottery pick? If
No,
not
to me. Not to me.
What about you, Eric?
Not to me. I talked about it the other day. I was talking about it with guys at work. Do I think LeBron is still a great player? Yes, I do. I still think he's a good player. But LeBron, it depends what team he goes to.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the best player on that team. It's LeBron has to accept the fact that I'm not the greatest player on the court no more. I can still give you. I mean, we seen it. LeBron still can give you 20, 25 points a game. I mean, who doesn't want that on any type of roster?
But how many players in the NBA can give you 20 to 25 points a game now?
Well, it ain't many, but I'm trying to say.
Oh, wait a minute now.
I mean,
the scoring is up.
Yes.
Average players in the NBA can give you 20 to 25 points now. I mean, but can they win? That's the difference now. And I'm not going to get it because I'm telling you, I know I keep talking about this guest because I want some backup. So I'm not going to really get into it this week. Hopefully next week that guest will be on here so we can get down to the nitty gritty. But I just don't. I would be highly upset. I wouldn't even watch highlights of the NBA if the Atlanta Hawks made Bronny James their first draft pick.
Okay. Hold on, Matthew. I ain't trying to cut you off. I'm asking you this question, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron James did go to the Hawks,
mm-hmm.
would he make them a very, I would call it, playoff contender?
I mean, he might make them. What are the Lakers now? The 8 seed play-in game.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he goes to the East, let's be honest, the East is not that good.
You got the best team in the NBA in the East?
I mean, the Boston is good and Milwaukee.
So, you think he could make the Hawks better than Milwaukee?
Okay, I will make Matthew and Buddy Brown happy if you're listening. I think the Boston is pretty good. The Bucks are pretty good. The Knicks are pretty good. And the Pacers are pretty good. Okay? Well, Boston is by far the best team in the East. They remind me of when Miami had LeBron and them in the East. It's a walkthrough.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nobody. If you bring LeBron to Atlanta and they keep Trae Young and they get Bronny, I'm not saying Bronny's going to go in there and do something. If you get LeBron to go to the Hawks, they're going to finish at the 5th or the 6th seed. I got them finish 5th or 6th seed in the East. Imagine if he went to the Hawks.
This is what I think about that. I don't think that would make them a top competitor because LeBron needs somebody that can also put up 50, 60 points a game. He can't do it by himself. And Bronny can't even put up 3 points a game in college. What do you think it's going to be like? He ain't going to be able to – LeBron can't do nothing with a low scoring. Everybody else is low scoring.
Well, LeBron is going to bring – we've all heard it. LeBron, a lot of people don't like to play with LeBron, and then there's people that do like to play with LeBron. LeBron's going to bring at least one more star to that team with Trae Young and whoever that other star is going to be.
Here's what LeBron's going to do if he goes to another team. And I don't know if he's got enough time to do it like he's done with other teams. He's going to drain the salary cap, and he's going to drain your draft picks. Why do you think the Lakers don't have a draft pick this year?
Well,
they gave them all up for AD.
I'm going to tell you who I think is going to go. Just say if he went to the Hawks, who wants to play with LeBron and says he's been wanting to play with LeBron, which is to me is one of the best players in the NBA and is young, is Donovan Mitchell wants to play with LeBron.
I still don't think. I think at the most, if you got him and Trae Young's there, you might be looking at a 5th or 6th seed and out in the second round.
That's what Eric said. No, I agree with that. I think I can go with that if he brings another somebody.
I don't see at this point in his career, I don't see where he makes anybody that much better unless he does like he did before. It gets like 3 or 4 players to come, superstars to go with him. I don't see where he makes this team that much better. I mean, because they were
because he won't. Let's say Mitchell and Trae Young will, because LeBron's gonna have to piggyback off of them because he can't do it like that no more. I'm sorry, he can't. Maybe 5 years ago.
I'm gonna look and see how many games the Hawks won this year.
2.
2, yeah.
No.
Hawks were 36-46. The year before, they had a better year.
LeBron alone, just going to them, would bring them at least 500 or above 500. And the East.
The year before that, they were 500. They were a 500 team. They were 41-41. I mean, what's to say with this team, this roster, and let's say they do get Donovan Mitchell there, Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, and LeBron, and then you got Bronny. I mean, it's not the only reason I could see them doing that would be put money in their hands. It's not because they're going to win playoff games. That just I mean, granted, people out there, I don't keep up with the NBA like I used to, but I do watch the highlights. I don't see where they would be that much better, and I don't see them getting past. I don't see them get past the Celtics.
No,
it depends on what you found out with the Heat too. The Heat, I mean, all these teams in the playoffs, you got the playoff teams are all at least 10 games over 500.
All right.
The Bulls were the 9th seed, did not make the playoffs. They were 39-43. So I mean, can the Hawks with LeBron get 10 games?
Yeah.
Is he worth 10 games?
No doubt. No doubt.
I agree.
No doubt. Even at his age now. And the East.
Okay, hold on. What was the Lakers' record this year? 47-35. With AD. You ain't got no AD there. That's Mr. Everything on the inside. LeBron is. I'm gonna save this for our next episode, but I'm just saying, I don't see the benefit to some of these teams, and I'm telling you, you won't have to worry about me ever talking about any NBA game if they take Bronny James with the lottery pick this year.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I seen on ESPN. I was earlier. They put a Facebook post out. They got Bronny falling way back to that. I mean, they got him getting drafted now in the second round by Boston at 42.
Oh, sure. LeBron would love that.
Yeah, he sure would.
He would love that. All right, hold on. This is ESPN's mock draft. If it ever gets up here. I hope I can pull this up. Nah, of course, they charge you for that. Hold on, I got one here. The lottery selections.
What pick did the Hornets get? I wish they would get the Hornets. God, they get freaking. They ain't got no luck.
All of these guys, and they've got mocked up here. A lot of foreign players up here. Shoot, let me see. 2 Kentucky guys, Connecticut guy, Tennessee, UConn.
What's that old boy's name? He's friends with Bronny James, and his mama played in the NBA too. Joanna. His name is Omar or something.
I don't know.
That's it.
Omari, I don't know.
Yeah, Mark, I don't know. That's who it is.
All right, now I've got Bleacher Report's mock draft up here. Let's see if they have Bronny going in the first round. Which they don't know the draft order yet except the lottery picks, right?
I thought you knew after you picked who falls for the rest of the pick.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but I'm not. I wish the NFL would go to lottery draft.
I don't know.
I wish I wish the NBA would do the NFL version of it, because this lottery, you got teams that don't ever get a chance now. At least if you suck, you get a chance to get a good player, but you don't even know now. Look at just like you said about the Hornets, they don't ever get up there at the top.
But if you put the NFL in the lottery, it would stop the tanking. It would stop the tanking.
Oh, they got the Milwaukee Bucks taking Kyle Filipowski. What a waste of space. He's not good enough to do. He should have came back to Duke for another year. I mean, honestly, God, he's not what I call NBA talent yet. He's going to have to sit the bench for a while. All right, so far, no Bronny in the first round. So maybe my faith. Yep. No. Well, one more pick.
I don't think he'll go. I don't think.
No Bronny in the first round, but you don't ever know what these teams might do. These teams can say, "Oh, okay, we want LeBron, so we're going to take Bronny, and hopefully LeBron comes with him." But anyway, we talked long enough about the NBA up here. I got to talk about this too before we get into the NFL schedule stuff. Did you guys? And I know if you are on social media, whether you're a NASCAR fan or not, you probably saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. punch Kyle Busch after the All-Star race the other night, which I loved every minute. I'm not a big NASCAR fan like I used to be anymore, but I can't stand Kyle Busch. He's arrogant. He's just, I can't even stand to look at him. So when he got punched like that, and boy, did Stenhouse connected. I mean, connected. And they fined him $75,000 for punching Kyle Busch. But let me ask you guys this. Okay. And Daniel Suarez, who is a NASCAR driver as well, after this came out, and we knew he was going to get punished. Daniel Suarez makes a great point. If this was so wrong, then why was this all over social media? And not just, I mean, NASCAR has no control over what my social media does, what Eric's social media or Matthew's social media or any of these other ones. They have control over theirs. NASCAR had that clip from all different angles. I don't know how many, everywhere on social media. That made NASCAR, that's going to make, and Stenhouse made the comment, "I'm going to wreck you in Charlotte," which is, I think that's the race this weekend.
Coca-Cola 600.
So how many people now, with NASCAR putting this out there on their social media, all they did, I mean, it was like 2 or 3 days after they were still pumping it on social media. How many people did they get that's going to watch that race Sunday night just because they want to see what happens? Me. I'm playing too. And let me tell you, dude, it's Suarez said it. If it's so wrong, why are you putting it all over the place?
And can you imagine Ricky Stenhouse's like stuff, like his shirts and his hat? They're probably flying off the shelf.
Nice, flying off the shelf, buddy. I guarantee it. People, there is so many new Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fans out there this week. And to look at the incident, I mean, I can't see why Kyle Busch wrecked him. He never touched him. Yeah, he went up. He got a little. It was early. It was early in the race to be doing what he was doing, but he never touched Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch went and did what he did. So why was nobody talking about that? He wrecked him. Why is NASCAR talking about he wrecked him on purpose? They know he wrecked him on purpose. So why aren't they finding Kyle Busch anything for that?
Right. And I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people compare when you talk people NASCAR, and I know people watching this show. I will say it. I hate Kyle Busch too, Steven. I hate him. I can't stand him. But a lot of people try to compare him to Dale Earnhardt.
No.
No.
Yes, he would wreck you to win the race at the end. But like you said, you're at the beginning of a race and I'm trying to wreck somebody. Yes, rubbing is racing. I agree. I want you to see, you bump a little bit, try to get to first place. But taking out somebody is that's a whole different story. Like I said at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
That's kind of scared to me.
Yeah.
Like you're scared of. It's just like what I just said about Ricky Stenhouse. I like Kevin Harvick because he drives the Busch Light car. Now Ross Chastain drives it now.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like I told Bridget the other day. I said I reckon I'll have to be a fan of his. But now with Stenhouse wrecking him, you just got you a Ricky Stenhouse fan, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, and I don't know if you saw this. What's the car owner for Kyle Busch? Richard Childress.
Richard Childress.
He came out today and said that if he wrecked, if he even touched Kyle Busch's car, he would whip Ricky Stenhouse's ass.
Wow.
And that's what pisses me off. RCR racing, Childress racing, is that you had Dale Earnhardt, which to me, I know people will say Richard Petty was the greatest. I feel like Dale Earnhardt was the greatest racer of all time. And but to get freaking Kyle Busch on you, that upset, that hurt my stomach when he signed. I was like, how could you sign Kyle Busch? That's like back signing Darrell Waltrip.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't talk about NASCAR a lot, but I thought that was pretty funny, and pretty ironic with NASCAR. Because that $75,000 that they're fining him, they made more than that off of social media this week. Let's see. 2 crew members for his racing team were also suspended, and his father was indefinitely suspended. His father got in the middle of it. His father caught a shot from Busch too. See, anything happen to Busch?
No.
Oh, he's
Crazy.
freaking golden.
Busch is in 13th place, 162 points behind the top spot. Stenhouse is in 26. But you know what? Another bad thing about that, and Stenhouse even said that, Kyle, he couldn't get out of the track. There was no tunnel for him to leave, so he had to sit there and wait till the race was over. So he was stewing the whole time, and he did tell one of the reporters, it was a female reporter, in an interview, said, "You may have to hold my keys." And she was like, she interviewed him after it was over. I guess you weren't kidding when you said I may need to hold your keys. So, all right. So NFL schedules came out. Wow, you get excited about that, boy? Oh.
Yeah, sir.
You barking about it too. Oh. In Cleveland, you're not a Cleveland fan, Matthew. You're a Giants fan.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you got to remind me.
So
go ahead.
Now they're having release parties, scheduled release parties. So it's getting crazy. Oh, you see, the 2026 draft is going to be held in Pittsburgh now. They have announced that today. So hopefully we won't have the number 1 pick. Hopefully we'll be 32nd pick. Yeah, right. So let's go over these schedules of our 3 teams, and let's start off with how about them Cowboys? Leading off week 1 at Cleveland.
That's what Matthew's dog bought.
Oh, that must have been worth.
Man, what my dog
At Cleveland, and then you got the next 2 games are at home against the Saints, then the Ravens. So you get Lamar early on in the year. Oh gosh. Then a Thursday night game at New York at the Giants.
Duh.
First division game. Then you gotta come to the Berg. Week 5, you coming to Pittsburgh. Play the Steelers. So we'll be at each other's throats the week of October. The first week of October then. Then you got a revenge game. Detroit. Detroit's coming back to Dallas. They're gonna get revenge. They're gonna make sure y'all ain't got them same referees there this year. They said they're gonna leave no doubt this year. Week 7, you get your bye week. Week 8, another, and we lost Eric. Eric got mad and got out of here.
Man, he said Detroit ain't coming out
got out of
the
here for a second. You left us.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I thought you said Detroit ain't coming after you.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened. I thought Stevie quit the live.
Nah. Week 8, another revenge. Well, another Sunday night game at San Francisco. Then week 9, you go to Atlanta, then a big divisional game. Week 10, you host the Eagles. Battle of the state of Texas. Week 11, the Houston Texans.
Ooh.
Then you go to Washington to the Commanders. That's the weekend. Y'all know what? So y'all ain't gonna play on. Oh yeah, you are. Thursday. Y'all play on Thanksgiving. I guess Thanksgiving's on the 28th this year.
They play the Giants.
Play the Giants at Dallas.
Better ruin my Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean, week 14, you got the Bengals on Monday night. And then go to Carolina. Then you got Tampa Bay coming at Philadelphia. And then week 18, you guys end the season hosting the Commanders. I mean, you got some, let's see.
Some tough. It's kind of tough.
Cleveland, Baltimore, Detroit, San Francisco.
Houston.
I'm just doing this outside of the playoff teams outside of your division. Cleveland, Baltimore, Detroit, San Francisco, Houston, Tampa Bay. So that's not an easy schedule by any means right there.
9 and 8.
9 and 8. Okay. Let's go to the Giants. Oh boy, Matthew. Oh boy.
This is gonna be a hard schedule.
Week 1, you guys home against Minnesota.
Revenge game.
Oh, shit. Week 2 at Washington. Week 3 at Cleveland. Then, like we said, week 4 is a Thursday night game. You guys hosting the Cowboys. Week 5 at Seattle. Week 6 hosting Cincinnati. Week 7 hosting the Eagles. Week 8 total destruction when y'all go to Pittsburgh.
You're right.
Week 9 you go to Washington. Week 10 at Carolina. Y'all were playing in Germany.
Yes. Yeah.
Week 11, bye, which it means bye-bye to your season by that time. You ain't making the playoffs. Week 12. Week 12, Tampa Bay. Week 13 at Dallas, which that's the Thanksgiving Day game. Week 14, hosting the Saints. Week 15, you host the Ravens. Week 16, at Atlanta. Week 17, the Colts come to New York. And then you end the season with the Eagles.
I think we had the same schedule 2 or 3 years ago. I think it might have been 2020 or 2021. We had the same schedule.
Well, I don't know. Keep up with it. What do you think they're going to? What's your? You think they're going to win the NFC East this year?
No. We'll probably get third.
Third? Who's going to be fourth?
Dallas. No, probably Washington.
Dallas. I don't know. A lot of people saying Washington might be coming up this year.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Be
So it's
better.
not-
I think they're gonna be better, but I still I got Washington.
You guys think Philly's going to win the division?
I do.
Okay.
It's going to be between, the obvious Dallas or Philly. And I don't know. Philly, I think it's going to fall back. They were falling back the second part of the season. I think they're going to keep falling back.
They had a good free agency day.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So now, last but not least, the Steelers.
Oh Lord, the worst team in the NFL.
Yep. Go ahead. Say it all you want to. When we beat y'all when y'all come to Pittsburgh, I'm going to say the second worst team in the NFL.
Hey, listen to this. We're gonna make a bet live, everybody. If Cowboys beat Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh beats Cowboys, because we'll still be in the middle of Northeast football season, you got to wear a Cowboys jersey. If Cowboys win, I'll wear a Pittsburgh jersey at Pittsburgh.
Okay, I'll do that.
That works.
Hey, look at you don't see his eyes right now, Matthew. His eye just lit up like you gonna be wearing a Cowboys jersey.
I just know when y'all play the Giants, after that it's gonna be it's gonna change from Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh.
What?
You heard me. Go listen after we get off.
As soon as you said Giants, I got bored to tears. September 8th, we lead off at Atlanta. Then first two games on the road. We go to the Denver, which Russell Wilson first game back in Denver. Then we host the Chargers. Go to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Then how about them Cowboys come riding in on Sunday night? By Monday morning, October 7th, Eric will be wearing a Pittsburgh jersey. October 13th, the Raiders. We go to the Raiders. Then the 20th, oh gosh, we got Aaron Rodgers and the Jets if his Achilles don't blow by that. And then we got the other New York team, that high school team.
We
the
talking
Jets
about
on Monday night.
Jets.
We got to play New York teams 2 weeks in a row. But both of them are coming to Pittsburgh. So then we got a bye week. Then at Washington. And this is where it gets the schedule makers decided, I guess they really hated Pittsburgh. No division games, if you guys notice, no division games in the first half of the year for Pittsburgh. They're all in the second half in about 7 or 8 weeks. We host the Ravens November 17th. Then we play 4 days later, Thursday night, at Cleveland. Then at Cincinnati. Then we host Cleveland. Then we play at Philly, at Baltimore. Christmas Day, Kansas City Chiefs come to Pittsburgh. And then end the year with the Cincinnati Bengals. And I've noticed I didn't notice it on the Giants or the Cowboys schedule. Let me see. The Pittsburgh.
Ours was mixed up.
Y'all have dates on y'all's last game. Except the Giants have dates on their last game. But the Cowboys and the Steelers have TBD, to be decided.
Yeah, that'll be
That'll be a flex game.
Yeah.
But yeah, tough schedule for us the second half of the year, especially. What do you guys think about the word come out this week? I think there's 2 games on Christmas Day. The Steelers and the Chiefs are one of them. Netflix has got both of those games. So if you want to watch football Christmas Day, NFL football Christmas Day, you got to have Netflix.
Wow.
I like, and I hate just going all this freaking Peacock and all. But luckily, I have Netflix. But I am deaf that I get to watch football on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just they're slowly but surely putting it headed in that direction where
Yeah.
all the football is going to be going streaming before long.
And I'm gonna hate that because I'm all that crazy stuff.
It's
Yeah.
sad because I mean, you don't want to see it like that. You want to. I mean, I want to see it like the old days. I mean, not the old days where I could only see like 2 games a week, but the old days where you could watch everything on regular television.
Yeah, direct TV ish stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but all right. Let me see what else we got going on in the.
Have you heard about the Marvin Harrison Jr. situation?
With Fanatics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched you talk about it a little bit. I did see that they took a lawsuit out against him.
Yeah, and I'm not really 100% sure on what he did, but apparently he was selling jerseys, putting his name on Fanatic jerseys and selling them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a big issue. He's in some big trouble, they say.
I'm looking now to see if I can find anything about it. Breach of contract. 2 sides signed an agreement last May while he was at Ohio State, but Harrison's team says no deal was signed. The alleged deal is worth more than $1 million and allows Fanatics to sell autographs, signed trading cards, game-worn apparel, and other market opportunities. The lawsuit states that Harrison told Fanatics a larger competitor and other companies made competing offers. He demanded that Fanatics exceed those offers. However, the merchandise company claims Harrison is yet to detail what the other offers were. So I don't know what he's going to do. The 21-year-old sells signed memorabilia in his Ohio State jersey, among other items, on his personal website. So
Yeah. Like, they're even talking about him not even playing in the first few games.
I don't know.
A suspension, which I don't see why he'll get suspended over that, but
It's money. That's what all this for. Money.
Dak is unfazed by contract situation. All right. One last thing before we get out of here. Caitlin Clark made her debut in the WNBA. And to say there was a lot of hate is an understatement. There's a lot of WNBA players. Look, if these WNBA players had any sense in their heads, they'd be praising her like, okay, all right, let's see what she can do. Not saying, well, guess what? It's a whole different story when you come to the next level. She is putting you guys on the map. She's making people. I would watch a WNBA game to see her play now. And now they're talking about, well, she struggled. She had turnovers. Her first 2 games, she scored 50 points total in her first 2 games, guys. She had some turnovers. She did play, but there's only been like four other WNBA players that did that, and they're all like great players. It's not like it was a one-hit wonder that did it. They were all great players in the WNBA. Sue Bird was one of them.
Right.
The pressure they're putting on this girl I don't remember. Jordan may have come out and played his butt off from day one. I don't know. But even LeBron struggled at first. He didn't take over a game, which he never really took over a game, but he didn't hit his potential till later on in the year. You're not going to come out there the first 2 games and be like having triple doubles. It's going to take a while before you can do all that. And give the girl a break. She's just starting. She's got to get used to it. I think these people, there's kind of like some jealousy in the WNBA. And the people that are just won't clickbait on social media, put stuff up there about how she's struggling. She struggled. Give her a while. She's going to get adjusted. I don't think you got to worry about this girl being a bust. What you guys think?
No, not at all. She works hard and she's very talented. She basically bought back the women's basketball in college, and people gonna be wanting to see her play. So they're gonna go right over to WNBA, and bring that back.
I mean, she sold a bunch of jerseys. It's getting WNBA on the map. So you WNBA players might want to back your little Diana Taurasi. I mean, yeah, you've been a great player. I remember you at UConn. You've been a great player in the WNBA. You're in the twilight of your career now. I mean, if you want, I don't know what your stats are.
I thought she played already.
No, she's playing. I want to see what her stats. Somebody may have said the same thing about you when you came in the league. She was much heralded. Let's see. She's averaging 15 points a game, almost 16 points a game right now. Let's see. Caitlin Clark, what's she averaging? Probably in the 20s. Well, maybe not now. I know she had. Let's see. Good Lord, there's a lot of stuff about her up here. She's averaging 17 points a game. So, guess what? She's averaging more points than you are, Taurasi. So, I just think if you're going to do that, I don't know if you're trying to get your name out there again. Let's see. She scored the last game, which was Monday night. She scored 27 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. So, I mean, she's having some trouble with fouls. I'll see that. Her low was 9 points. She scored 20, 22, and 17. Besides that 9, but then she had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and she's got 3 blocks.
She won't fall from a triple double then.
Yeah,
I've been a low triple, but
the ball over. She's turning the ball over a lot, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Turned the ball over 26 times in 4 games.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's
game. I watched one. I think I watched the first game. She turned the ball over like 10 times.
10 times, yeah. So, anyway, she'll get it straight.
Yeah. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan myself.
I will, I will watch. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. How are they not winning a game with this roster? They got the girl that was the center, the big center for South Carolina the year before last.
They got a year before, like, yeah.
She's only averaging 9.5 points. You remember her, the Boston girl, Aaliyah Boston?
Yep, I remember her.
She needs to get on the stick too.
Ain't it?
Yep. All right. Anything before we get out of here? Any last words, Matthew?
Nope, I ain't got nothing, Stevie.
You ain't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Cowboy?
I'm ready for some Northeast football because we are Northeast.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it, buddy. It'll be here before you know it.
Northeast.
You were always a cheerleader, weren't you, Matthew?
Yes, sir.
Like wearing that skirt, didn't you?
No, I ain't wearing a skirt.
I don't want you to wear the skirt. I want to see them hairy legs.
I tell you why I was a cheerleader after we get off. I'll tell you why.
Oh, gosh. Anyway. All right, guys. that is going to do it for this week. Hopefully, we'll be back next week if we can get everybody here at the same time. But you guys have a great week, and we will see you next time on the Final Score.